there, lovers and gents. This is your girl Nadia, aka the Prophet in Process, and I have a quick word for you. This is for the lovelies. You will never be a God-ordained spouse until you cease to be the other woman. You have to understand that there are things in your past that need to stay in your past. Some of you ladies may be in a situation where this young man was going through a divorce. When you met, you were going through a divorce, and you may have crossed the lines to a certain extent. This is the thing. You've got to practice self-control and in a different way. I mean, of course, this particular union is not going to look like other unions, and it's going to be unique in its inception, but you can't cross that line. You can't allow yourself to be available to this man, because you're blocking his progress. You're blocking what God wants to do in his life. He has to be better for you, and he can't be better for you if he's not better for God first. You've got to completely let him go. For some of you under the sound of my voice, now this, of course, does not apply to everybody. You can meet and spit out the bones, but you got to take out some trash. You got to do some self-work. You got to see what's going on in my bloodline. Is this a generational curse? Do you have family members that everybody's papa was a Rolling Stone? This is what I'm saying. You've got to take the time to say, okay, this stops with my generation, because that's not God's original blueprint for marriage. So what you have to understand is that you got to say bye-bye, baby, because God's got something better for you. It's always going to be something better for you. But you've got to get to a point where you understand that you are worth God's best, that you're not going to settle for that, because you will never be able to enter into this relationship the right way. You've got to enter into this relationship the right way. God may have showed you that this man is supposed to be your God-ordained husband. But if his signature is not on the dotted line, or if that court case is still pending, he's still technically married. So disconnect accordingly. You know what not to do. It's not rocket science. You know what not to do. Husband is the foundation of the family. But that's how the enemy works. Women who are supposed to be the wives attack the men who are supposed to be the support. And I'm not talking about financial support. I'm talking about this man is supposed to mirror the heart of God in all of God's manly attributes, per se. Meaning, yeah, he could contribute, yes, financially, but the Bible does say that God gives us the ability to create wealth. That man's job in your life as a husband might just be to support you quietly while you do what it do to create wealth, ladies. Speaking of which, you need to do what it do so that you can be in purpose. Because if you're not in purpose, he's not going to recognize you. But he can't recognize you until you recognize you. And you're not going to be able to recognize you fully until you take out that trash. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. I love you all. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, do what you do. Until later.